Mobility Monday. I am just about to start my workout for today, so I hope you will join me for that. And then please stick around because after the workout, we're going to be doing our weekly Monday mobility challenge. I would love for you to try that with me as well. All I'm using for today's workout is a mat and my jump rope, but you do not need any exercise equipment whatsoever to follow along. There are timestamps in the description box down below the video, so if you would prefer to just skip straight ahead to the workout, you can go ahead and use the chapter markers to do that. But if you would like to see the exercises briefly demonstrated and explained before we begin, let's go ahead and get into that right now. So first of all, let me introduce Rebecca, my adorable black jump rope with these cute little white skulls on the handles. If you would like to know where I get my jump ropes, there is a link and a coupon code in the description box down below the video. So click on the link and use coupon code Rebecca to save an additional 10% on your jump rope. So today we're going to be doing sets of 250 with the jump rope. So when I say a set of 250, I mean 250 revolutions of the rope. So you can do any style of jump rope you want. I always just kind of jog in place like this. If you're more comfortable jumping with your feet together, great, jump with your feet together. If you're really skilled at jump rope and you want to do something more advanced, you can do high knees or jump rope jacks, you can do twist jumps, you can jump side to side, you can jump on one foot, it doesn't matter, okay? The only important thing is that we're counting 250 revolutions of the rope. So you don't have to stick with the same style of jump rope. You can mix it up, freestyle, just 250 revolutions with the rope, any way you want to get that done. So if you don't have a jump rope, you really can just jog in place, which is basically what I'm doing. So you can pantomime jumping rope either with your feet together or like I do it, like you're kind of jogging in place. But if you're gonna be doing it like I do it, you don't necessarily need to be pretending to jump over an imaginary rope. You can just jog in place and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. That's absolutely fine. You could also just do toe taps or high knees or jumping jacks, mountain climbers, pendulum, any kind of a cardio exercise that you want to do while I'm jumping rope will work. So you can either pick a cardio exercise and do 250 reps of that exercise, or you can just pick a cardio exercise and do it for however long it takes me to complete 250 revolutions with my jump rope. So for example, you can do up and down the steps. It's going to take me between 2 and 3 minutes, let's say, to do each jump rope section. So 2 to 3 minutes of any kind of moderate paced cardio you want to do will work. So if you have steps in your home or your apartment complex, up and down the steps is a great option. You could just do that for 2 to 3 minutes. Or if you have access to the field at your local high school, you could do up and down the bleachers. You could jog around the track once or twice. If you have access to something like an elliptical or a treadmill or a Stairmaster or something like that, you could hop on one of those, exercise bike, hop on one of those for however long it takes me to do my jump rope section. Or you can just pause the video and set a timer for 2 or 3 minutes for your cardio sections, okay? Don't overthink it. 2 to 3 minutes of moderate paced cardio, any way you want to get it done is fine. So you can either time it or you can pick a cardio exercise and do 250 reps. All right, but I'm going to be jumping rope for sets of 250, and that's going to take me 2 to 3 minutes if I'm not tripping over my jump rope too much. That's another thing. I'll get this out of the way now so I don't have to take time away during the workout. If you trip over your jump rope, you do not have to go back and start the whole set over. You will probably see me tripping over my jump rope a lot. If you trip over your jump rope, just take a deep breath and get right back into it. Pick up your count where you left off, okay? So 250 revolutions of the rope is what I will be doing. You can be doing 250 reps of some other cardio exercise or 2 to 3 minutes of moderate paced cardio some other way, like exercise bike or treadmill or up and down the steps or something like that. Okay, so that's it for our jump rope sections. Other than that, all we're doing is one combo. So let me show you the combo. You're going to need something soft beneath you. So I'm using my jump rope mat because I need it out here anyway, jumping rope on the concrete, and it's nice and thick, so I'm going to use it for my combo as well. You might not necessarily need an exercise mat or anything soft beneath you, really. That depends on whether or not you do your push-ups from the knees. It depends on whether or not you're working out on concrete or hard floor, carpet, or grass. It depends on if you have access to fitness gloves, because if I wasn't doing jump rope, I would probably just do this combo here on the concrete with fitness gloves. You really just need something soft beneath your hands, but if you do push-ups from your knees, you'll want something soft beneath your knees as well. So an exercise mat or a yoga mat is probably the easiest thing to grab. That would probably be ideal, but if you don't have a mat, fitness gloves should probably be fine to make it more comfortable for your hands. If you do need something soft beneath your knees, you can grab a towel, maybe fold up a towel to have under your knees. You could even probably use a seat cushion or a throw pillow. So just get creative and use what you've got. But if you are working out on a carpeted floor or on grass, even if you do push-ups from your knees, and even if you don't have fitness gloves, you might not need anything at all. But just use what you've got. I'm going to use my jump rope mat because it's here. So you're going to start towards one end of your mat or your towel if you're using a mat or a towel. And first we're going to be doing a good morning. You want to think flat back, weight in the heels. You want to think this for this first part of the combo. So start by tucking your shoulder blades into your back pockets. Shoulders are back and down, chest is lifted high. Make sure that your abs are super strong and tight and engaged the entire time. So imagine someone is about to come along and punch you as hard as they can in your stomach and you're bracing for that impact. That's how engaged your abs should be the entire time. Now we're doing a prisoner squat. I think I said we were starting with a good morning. Yeah, we are starting with a good morning. And then we're going into a prisoner squat. So when I say prisoner, all I mean is that I have my hands clasped behind my head like this. So this is your starting position. Make sure that you're pressing your feet into the ground. Imagine there's roots growing out of the bottom of your feet like a tree. Make sure there's a soft bend to your knees. Tuck that booty underneath you. And now you're going to hinge at the hips. So push your booty back. Imagine trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty. At the same time, remember to keep those shoulder blades tucked into the back pockets so your chest is lifted nice and high. So as you hinge at the hips, you're trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty, but at the same time, keeping that chest lifted. So think about trying to touch the wall in front of you with your chest. The point here is that you want to elongate your spine so that you achieve that flat back I was talking about earlier. And you want to make sure that all the weight is in your heels. Do you see I can actually pick up my toes? So for the good mornings and for the squats, you're thinking flat back, weight in the heels. So shoulders are back and down, chest is lifted high, abs are tight, hinging at the hips. Soft bend to the knees, hands are clasped behind the head as you hinge at the hips. Now you're trying to see if you can get your torso parallel to the ground. That's what you're working towards, that's a goal. You may or may not achieve that goal today, but that's what you're working towards. Just please make sure that you are working to your own level. Do not push your body into doing anything that it is not ready to do. It is far more important to make sure that your back is staying flat and the weight is staying in your heels. So shortening up your range of motion is just fine. Please mind your form. Please be smart, be safe. Listen to your body and make the decision that is best for you. Do not push your body into doing anything it is not ready to do. So you're hinging at the hips, and that's it. The good morning is just a hip hinge. So typically when we do good mornings, we would now press our heels into the ground and hinge at the hips to stand, but we're not going to do that until the end of the combo. For now, we're going to stay in this bent over position, and from here we're going to go right into our prisoner squat. So now you're just going to bend your knees and let your booty drop down, okay? As low as you can go. So if you can get your booty all the way down below your knees and come down to like a deep squat position, great, go for it. You don't have to though. Again, please work to your own level. Shortening up your range of motion is fine. It doesn't matter how low you squat. It only matters that your back is staying flat and the weight is staying in your heels, so mind your form. Okay, then from here, you're going to straighten your legs, but you're not going to stand up all the way. You're going to return to this bent over pose. Then you're going to bring your hands down and you're going to come into a forward fold. Okay, so heavy head. Imagine that there is a brick hanging from the top of your head and just let your head fall down towards the mat. Don't push it, just hang here. By the end of the workout, hopefully the backs of your legs will have started to really open up and your forward fold will improve, your range of motion will increase, but don't push it, okay? Just think heavy head, just let your head hang down. All right, and you're still keeping those shoulder blades tucked into your back pockets. You're still going for that flat back, okay? So if your knees are bent, that's fine. If you're able to straighten your legs here, that's also fine. But the important thing is that you're keeping your back flat and that you're letting your head feel heavy coming into this forward fold so that you get a nice stretch all through the back of your legs. Now, we're going to inchworm out. So hands flat on the mat and just walk your hands out to the other end of the mat until you're up here in a plank pose. So in your plank pose, make sure your head is in line with your spine. So you don't want to allow your head to drop down towards the mat like this. You do not need to overcorrect by hyperextending your neck and jutting your chin out. You just want your head perfectly in line with your spine. So if you imagine that you are standing with your back up against the wall and just gently pressing the back of your head into the wall, that's where you want your head to be, that's where you want your head to stay. Okay, so head in line with the spine, and make sure your shoulders are away from your ears. So if you find that you're kind of sinking down into your shoulders like this, you want to really press the ground away from you, push yourself up as high as you can in this plank pose so that your shoulders are away from your ears. I also want you to make sure that your back is flat. So again, just like we did for our good mornings and our squats, you want to tighten up your abs. So someone's about to come along and punch you hard in the stomach. You're bracing for that impact. You're using your ab muscles to lift your hips up high and keep them lifted high. So especially as you fatigue, you might find that your hips or your belly start drooping down towards the mat like this, but that's causing an arch in my back. So tighten up those ab muscles. Use your ab muscles to lift your hips up high and keep them lifted nice and high. And once you are here in this plank, nothing moves. So at that point in the combo, I am going to be adding a push-up. You may choose to eliminate the push-up. That's fine. It'll still be a great workout without the push-up, but I want to include a push-up. So you're in your beautifully perfect plank pose. Your head is in line with your spine. Your shoulders are away from your ears. Your abs are tight. Your back is flat. All you're going to do is bend your elbows and lower your chest as close to the mat as you can without ever breaking that perfectly straight line from your heels to your shoulders. So if you want to put your knees down, that's going to make it easier. So you're here in your plank, put your knees down right where they are, and that's where they go for your push-up, okay? Your hands should be directly underneath your shoulders. Head is in line with the spine, shoulders are away from the ears, back is flat. Abs are super strong and tight and engaged. You're lifting those hips high. So the only difference is that instead of your straight line going from your heels to your shoulders, your straight line is going from your knees to your shoulders. So then again, you're going to bend your elbows and lower your chest as close to the mat as you can without ever breaking that straight line from your knees to your shoulders. So the goal, again, is to tap your chest down to the mat, but that's a goal. You may or may not reach that goal today. The objective of that flat back, keeping your body in one perfectly straight line the entire time, is far more important than getting your chest down towards the mat, or down to touch the mat, I should say. So if you are not able to get your chest all the way down to the mat without breaking that straight line from your knees to your shoulders, do not compensate for that by lowering your hips or your belly down to the mat. Do not compensate for the fact that you can't get your chest all the way down to the mat by lowering your forehead down to the mat, okay? Just shorten up your range of motion. So get your chest as close to the mat as you can without breaking that straight line, either from your knees to your shoulders, or if you're doing the push-up from your toes, your straight lines from your toes to your shoulders, from your ankles to your shoulders, I should say. But the point is that if you're unable to get your chest all the way down to the mat without breaking that straight line, just shorten up your range of motion. Regardless of whether you're doing the push-ups from your toes or from your knees, shorten up your range of motion, okay? The important thing is that you're keeping your body in one perfectly straight line. So think head in line with the spine, shoulders away from the ears, press the mat away from you, tighten up those abs, use your ab muscles to lift your hips high, flat back, okay? Again, if you want to eliminate the push-up altogether, you can eliminate it, okay? So we've just walked out to our plank, we're here, you can do a push-up or not do a push-up. But after you do your push-up, if you're doing one, there's one more element we're going to add, and that's 2 knee tucks. So one at a time, I'm going to pick up my foot and tuck my knee in and tap my knee to the elbow on the same side, then reverse the movement. Now I'm going to repeat that on the other side. So pick up the opposite foot, tuck the knee in, and tap knee to elbow. Reverse the movement, put the foot down. And now I'm just going to inchworm back. So I'm walking my hands back towards my feet. And I'm going to come back into my forward fold. So take just a second here in this forward fold. And now we're going to come up to a flat back. So hinging at the hips, back into this bent over position. And from here, I'm going to come back into my squat. So I'm going to bend my knees, come into my squat, and I'm going to clasp my hands behind my head, So now we're going to finish that good morning and squat combo that we started earlier. So from here, I'm going to hinge at the hips, come back into this bent over position, and then press my heels at the ground, hinge at the hips to stand, okay? And that's our combo. So let's put a couple of sets together so that you can see the flow of it and you can remember all of the components. So starting with your hands clasped behind your head, we're going to start with a good morning. So hinge at the hips, and now from here, bend the knees, come down into a squat. Now, hinge at the hips to come into your forward fold. So you're straightening your legs more or less. Keep as much of a bend into your legs as you need to, but more or less you're straightening your legs, sending your hips up and back, and your hands are coming down in front of you. Okay? Now, you're going to walk your hands out till you are in a plank pose. Push up if you want to, knees down for the push up if you want to. Then 2 knee tucks. So tuck one knee at a time to tap the elbow on the same side. Now, walk the hands back, forward fold, flat back, squat, clasp the hands behind the head, hinge, coming back into your good morning, hinge at the hips to stand. That's one set. So let's put one more set together, a little bit faster, pick up the pace so you can see the flow a little bit better. Hands clasped behind the head, good morning, squat, hands down for a forward fold. Inchworm, push up, knee tuck, inchworm back, forward fold, flat back, squat, clasp the hands behind the head, good morning, hinge at the hips to stand. All right, so that's 2 sets of the combo that we just did. So it's a tough little combo. The pace you go is really up to you. You can slow it down if you have time. You might want to do fewer sets of the combo if you choose to slow down the pace. You can pick up the pace a little bit more as long as you're not kind of rushing everything. You do want to really make each movement deliberate and mindful, but it's kind of up to you the pace you take it. As long as you're minding your form, I don't care how quickly you go. Just make sure that you're not sacrificing your form for speed. So I'm going to be taking it not too fast, because again, I want to spend a second in each forward fold. I really want to use this as not only strength training. I don't only just want to get my heart up, but I want to be opening up my hamstrings. I want to use this to stretch my body a little bit as well. So you have to kind of just think about what you're looking to get out of this workout today, and then you can decide what kind of pace you want to take and how many sets of the combo you're going to do. But as long as you're minding your form, that's really all that matters, okay? So remember, flat back, weight in the heels for your good morning and your squat. And remember, for your push-up, head in line with the spine, shoulders away from the ears, flat back, okay? But that's our combo. So we're going to be doing sets of 25. I'm going to be doing sets of 25. If that's too many for you, or if you're really want to slow down the pace, you might want to do sets of 10 or 15. Or 20, okay? So you decide how many sets you want to do, you decide the pace, but my workout is going to look like this. I'm going to be starting with jump rope, my first jump rope section, so 250 revolutions of the rope. Then I'm going to do 25 sets of the combo I just showed you, and that's it. That's the whole workout. I'm going to do 4 rounds, just like that. So another 250 reps with the jump rope, and then another 25 sets of the combo. We're gonna do that for 4 rounds. So by the end of my workout, I will have completed a total of 100 sets of my combo and 1,000 revolutions of my jump rope. So it's not going to be a super quick workout because, again, I'm not gonna take this combo really, really quickly. But it's also hopefully not going to be too long. It just depends on what kind of pace I kind of settle into. So this would always make a great AMRAP. So if you don't really know what kind of pace you want, you don't know how long it's going to take, How long do you have to dedicate to your workout today? What you could do is set a timer for 25 minutes or 30 minutes or 45 minutes or an hour. And just do these two things back and forth, sets of 250 with the jump rope, or sets of 100 with the jump rope if you want, or sets of 500 with the jump rope, however long you want your cardio section to be. And then however many sets of the combo you want to do, just do those back to back for however long you want to do it. It's really, really flexible. It's easy to customize this workout to make it as long or as short as you want it to be, and to kind of to adjust the timing to get out of it what you want to get out of it. If you're really looking to complete more strength training reps, or if you're looking to really take some time to stretch, or if you're looking to get your heart rate up, okay? So you do it in whatever way works for you. But that's what my workout is going to look like. 250 revolutions of the rope, 25 sets of the combo times 4 rounds, okay? So hopefully that is all clear, and hopefully it's clear what I mean when I talk about all the different ways that you can modify things and customize this workout to accommodate your strength, to accommodate your fitness level, to accommodate your access to equipment, to accommodate any time constraints you may have, okay? So hopefully that is all clear. Please remember that I do always take the time to type out the instructions in the description box down below the video, and of course I'm going to do the entire workout right along with you. So watch me do it, read the instructions, but then of course, as always, if anything is unclear with the format, how everything fits together and how you can modify the format and make adjustments to accommodate your fitness level or time constraints or anything, and kind of make it your own. If you have questions about the exercises that we are doing today, or if you need any further help with equipment-free substitutions or beginner modifications beyond what I have already provided, I am always here to help. So please ask questions if you have them. It's really important that you understand how to do the exercises correctly before you begin the workout, so that you reduce your risk of injury, and also just so that you make sure you're getting the maximum benefit out of each exercise. And I hope you guys know by now that it is also incredibly important to me that all of my workouts are always accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to do them with me. So I'm always here to help facilitate that. Please do not hesitate to reach out if you have questions or if you need help. And I also want to remind you, especially if you're going to be working out along with the video, to please, especially for this workout, more so than pretty much any other workout I can remember that we've done, especially for this workout, make sure you're going at your own pace. So like I mentioned before, you might choose to take this at a really fast pace, you might choose to slow it down. Go at your own pace and mind your form. So again, if you're wanting to really get your heart rate up, you don't have a lot of time, and you want to take it at a faster pace than I'm going, great, you can do that. Just make sure that you're not losing anything off of your form to get there. You should never be sacrificing your form for speed. If you find that you're falling behind, either because you're just wanting to work at a slower pace than I am, or maybe you're needing rest breaks where I'm not taking them, or you're needing longer rest breaks than what I'm taking, and you fall behind, that's fine. Pause the video. I'm not going anywhere. Take a rest break, or catch up to me if you're just working at a slower pace than I am. And then when you're ready, just come back and we'll get back into it together, okay? So if you fall behind, that's fine. Just pause the video, come back when you're ready. If you fall behind because you are needing rest breaks, then make sure you're resting for as long as you need to. I do want you to challenge yourself to keep your rest breaks as short as you can, but make sure they're as long as you need. You should only resume the workout once you feel that you have regained enough strength and you have enough stamina so that you can continue with good form. So above all else, please make sure you're minding your form. Please make sure that you're working to your own level. So yeah, that means going at your own pace, but it also means putting your knees down for the push-up, or shortening up your range of motion for the push-up, or eliminating the push-up altogether if it becomes too taxing. It might mean shortening up your range of motion for the squat. Okay, so you can shorten up your range of motion, you can slow down the pace, you can apply beginner modifications, you can reduce the amount of sets that we're doing of each combo, you can reduce the amount of rounds we're doing, you can reduce the amount of revolutions of the jump rope, okay? So make whatever changes and modifications you need to make it work for you. If you are the one doing it, it's your workout, you do it in whatever way works for you. So please just be smart, be safe, listen to your body, make the decision that is best for you, and just do your best. Please remember that your best is always good enough, so let your best be good enough. Hopefully I have covered everything. This was a lot more talking than I wanted to do. I really want to get into the workout. So if you're ready to get into it with me, make sure you have something soft beneath you, especially if you're doing knee push-ups. If not, fitness gloves might suffice. If you're working out on carpeted floor or on grass, you might not need anything soft beneath you at all. Grab your jump rope if you have one, and if you're jumping rope with me today, pause the video. Go get dressed, meet me right back here. We're going to start with a 5-minute warm-up, and then we'll get right into the workout. So as soon as you're ready, let's get started with our 5-minute warm-up. You're going to begin by just allowing your head to fall towards one shoulder. Now place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. So your arm should be completely relaxed. You're not pulling your ear down towards your shoulder. You are just allowing gravity to do all the work of gently stretching the opposite side of your neck by simply using the weight of your arm to do so. So now we're gonna switch sides. Allow your head to fall towards the opposite shoulder. Place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. Your arm should be completely relaxed. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed as well. They should be down, away from your ears. Next, we're going to do some head rolls. So you're going to start by allowing your chin to fall first towards your chest and then towards the opposite shoulder and back. And each time you roll your head from one shoulder to the other, just start feeling your head getting heavier and heavier. Allow your range of motion to increase so that eventually your entire torso is just kind of spilling in front of you. Your arms should be nice and loose like a rag doll. Next, we're just going to do some shoulder rolls. So you can roll your shoulders either towards the back or towards the front, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you're exploring your full range of motion here. So think about making the circles as big as you possibly can. Next, we're going to do arm circles, but we're going to start small with our arm circles. So you're going to extend your arms straight out to the sides and then start by making small circles either towards the back or towards the front, it doesn't matter. But gradually, as the interval progresses, you're going to start making your circles bigger and bigger until finally you are making those circles as big as you possibly can. Really explore your full range of motion here. Now step your feet out so that they're a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Bend the knees and sweep your arms in front of you, and as you straighten your legs, you're reaching up as high as you can. Each time you bend your knees, allow your range of motion to increase, sinking deeper and deeper into that squat. Now keep your feet planted right where they are. So again, they should be wider than hip width apart. We're just going to lunge side to side, nice and easy. And now add the arms. So now with each lunge, you're just reaching your arm across your body like you're trying to throw your arm across the room. Next, we're just going to march in place. So step the feet in and march. You can start with your knees low, but gradually as the interval progresses, you're going to start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you possibly can. Really get them up there. Feel a nice little stretch in your glutes. Now we're going to jog in place. Same thing, starting with the knees low, and then as the interval progresses, you're going to start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you possibly can towards your chest. Next is booty kicks. So keep jogging, but now with each step, you're going to bring your foot behind you. Really see if you can kick yourself in the booty with your heel. For this next one, if you struggle with balance, you can hold onto the wall or a chair for support. If not, hands on the hips is fine. You're going to shift your weight into one foot, pick up the other foot, and just swing the leg front and back. Nice and loose, just waking up those hip flexors. Now we're gonna switch legs. So you'll put this foot down, transfer your weight again, pick up the opposite foot, and just to swing the leg front and back. You can start low, and then gradually as the interval progresses, if it feels comfortable, you can start expanding your range of motion, swinging that leg higher and higher. Now put this foot down, transfer the weight again, pick up the opposite foot, extend the leg out in front of you, and then bring the leg around and behind, making a little semicircle, lifting that leg higher and higher with each semicircle. And now 2 hip circles. Drive the knee up towards your chest, and use your hand to guide it around. Other leg. Extend the opposite leg out in front. Bring the leg around and behind, making a semicircle. Lift your leg higher and higher each time you make that semicircle. Drive the knee up towards the chest. Use your hand to guide it around, finishing with a hamstring stretch. So feet wide apart, hinge at the hips, and forward fold. Keep your back as flat as you can so that you maximize the effectiveness of this stretch. So if you want to use the wall or a chair or the arm of your couch to assist you, it's going to make it a little bit easier to maintain that flat back, and it will probably make it a little bit more comfortable, and it can really make this stretch more accessible for you. So that's it. That's our 5 minutes. So sometimes when I begin the workout with jump rope, I will skip the warm-up routine that we just did and just use the jump rope, the first jump rope section, as my warm-up. But I don't recommend doing that today, so if you didn't do the warm-up routine with me, I'm going to strongly recommend that you go back and do it now. For this combo that we're doing today, you just really want to make sure that your neck and your shoulders are loose, make sure your hip flexors are loose, make sure that you've taken a second to stretch your hamstrings. You make the decision that is best for you, but I strongly recommend doing that warm-up routine with me if you skipped over it. My timer is reset as a stopwatch. I am going to time this, even though I don't have a strict time goal. I'm not chasing a time goal today because I need to just kind of see what pace feels good for the combo, and I'm hoping to finish in plus or minus about an hour, but we'll see what happens. You don't need to time your workout if you don't want to, but I am going to time mine. So I'm starting my timer in 3, 2, 1, and go. So we are starting with 250 revolutions of the jump rope. So you'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Keep going. It's 200. 10, 20, 30, 40, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 250. So that's our first little jump rope section. That one took me even less than 2 minutes. I'm sure the subsequent jump rope sections will take me a little longer than that. So again, if you don't have a jump rope, your cardio sections can either be 250 reps of any kind of cardio exercise you want, or 2 to 3 minutes of moderate pace cardio. So maybe up and down the steps, 2 or 3 minutes on the exercise bike or the treadmill, for example. So just either 250 reps or 2 to 3 minutes of moderate pace cardio. However you want to get it done is fine. All right. So now we're going to start on our combo. I'll talk us through the first couple of sets just to remind you of what we're doing. If 25 sets is too many, you can do 20 sets, 15 sets, 10 sets. Do whatever works for you. I'm going to do 25 sets. So, starting with a good morning. So clasp the hands behind your head, hinge at the hips for a good morning. Now stay here, bend the knees, come down into your squat. Now, hands down, forward fold. Take a second here, see if you can straighten the legs a little bit. Remember, your head is heavy. Now, inchworm out. So walk the hands out into a plank, push up, knees down for the push up if you want, and then 2 knee tucks. So one at a time, you're tucking your knee in towards your elbow, then inchworm back, walking the hands back towards your feet, flatten that back for a forward fold, straight back, back down into your squat, clasp the hands behind the head, and now hinge at the hips, and hinge at the hips to stand. That's 1 set. I'll talk us through another set a little bit faster. So, hands clasped behind the head, hinge at the hips for your good morning, bend the knees, come down into your squat. Now, send the hips up and back, hands down for a forward fold, inchworm out, push up, and now one at a time, tuck the knee in to tap the elbow on the same side, inchworm back, walk the hands back towards your feet, forward fold, and now back into your squat, clasp the hands behind your head, hinge at the hips, and hinge at the hips to stand. That's our second set, okay? So we're going to do that 25 times. I'm counting those as my first 2 sets. I'm gonna zip it now so I can focus on what I'm doing. You've got the flow of it now, hopefully. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. Picking up my count at 2. 10 for me. Rest if you need to. I'm gonna keep going. So picking up my count at 10. That was 25 sets. So that's round 1. That took me about 20 minutes. So if I keep up that same pace, then all 4 rounds is going to take me closer to like 90 minutes, which is closer to what I thought it would be. I thought it would be about between an hour and 90 minutes. I would like to keep it a little bit closer to the hour side. So I might try to pick up the pace for the combo in the subsequent rounds, but it's just going to depend on how I'm feeling. It does feel kind of good hanging out in that forward fold, but we're doing so many sets that I don't need to spend a long time in the forward fold with each and every set. So I might see about picking up the pace for the combo with the next few rounds. We shall see. But I'm definitely not going to finish in under an hour. It's going to be closer to 90 minutes for sure, but we'll see if I can keep it under an hour 15. Doubtful, but we'll see. So that was round 1. Now we're just going to do 3 more rounds just like that. So another 250 revolutions of the jump rope and then another 25 sets of the combo. So if you need to rest longer, pause the video, towel off. I'm already sweating. Maybe get a sip of water. Let your heart rate come down a little bit, allow your breathing to normalize, and when you feel like you're ready to continue, let's go ahead and start on round 2. So another 250 revolutions of the jump rope. Any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. We're just counting 250 revolutions. That was 250 revolutions. So now another 25 sets of the combo. I just feel like I need another minute. So I want my breathing to normalize a little more than it is. I want to let my heart rate come down just a little bit. If you don't need to rest, you can skip ahead in the video. And remember, if at any time you need a longer rest break than what I'm taking, or if you need a rest break where I'm not taking one, you can always pause the video. Just come back when you're ready. All right. Let's go ahead and get into our next 25 sets of the combo when you're ready. So good morning. Squat, hands down, forward fold. Inchworm out. Push up, knee to elbow, inchworm back, forward fold. Flat back, squat, good morning, and hinge. That's one. 24 left to go. call it 8. I have a feeling it might have been 9, but my mind was wandering. I lost track. So I'll call this one 9, just to make sure that I didn't skip one. 15. That's 20. Five more. Two. 23. 24, last one. That's 25. And that's round 2. Definitely picked up the pace in that round. But still, we've been at it for almost 40 minutes. So if that's enough for you today, and you don't want to continue on, that's fine. Remember, do as many revolutions with the rope as you want, as many sets of the combo as you want, and as many rounds as you want. But I'm going to do 2 more rounds. So if you don't want to continue on with me, use the chapter markers to skip ahead to the bonus burpee. Do the bonus burpee with me and then do a quick cool down. And then remember that it is Mobility Monday, so please stick around after the cool down and try the mobility challenge with me. If you are continuing on with me, let's go ahead and get into round 3. So if you need a longer rest break, again, you can pause the video, towel off, get a sip of water, let your heart rate come down a little bit, allow your breathing to normalize. And as soon as you're ready, let's go ahead and start on round 3. So this is another 250 revolutions of the jump rope. We'll see if I can get my feet up and over the rope. My legs are kind of turning into jelly. All right, when you're ready, here we go. I think if you're just watching, this combo probably looks pretty easy, not very taxing, because it's kind of at a slow pace. There's no jumping, so it probably doesn't look like much, but just try a couple of sets with me. If you're just watching and you're not doing it with me, try a couple of sets with me so you can see how challenging it really is. I'm gonna be feeling everything tomorrow. All right, so again, just taking a minute here to breathe, letting my heart rate come down a little bit, allowing my breathing to normalize a little bit. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. All right, so if you need a longer rest break, pause the video, come back when you're ready. I'm gonna go ahead and start on my next 25 sets of the combo. So hands clasped behind the head, hinge at the hips for a good morning. Squat, forward fold, inchworm out, push up, knee tuck, this. might be 25, but I also think I might have miscounted. So I'm gonna do one more just to be safe. If you know you didn't miscount, and you know you've done 25 reps, you don't have to do this one with me. But each set takes so long to complete that it's easy to lose track of my count. And I just have this feeling like I might have skipped a set in my head, so once I get that thought in my head, I can't move on until I kind of scratch that itch on my brain by doing another set. So that may or may not have been one additional set, I'm not sure. But I would rather finish the workout knowing that there's a possibility that I may have done one extra set than to be wondering if I didn't do enough sets, if I did 24 sets instead of 25, so. All right, we're still under an hour, but not by much. We have just one round left to go. That was round 3. We're doing 4 rounds all day. Remember, it's going to be a total of 100 sets of the combo plus 1,000 revolutions of the jump rope. So this is our 4th and final set. I should definitely be able to keep it to under 20 minutes, or an hour 20, I think. We'll see. I'm not gonna rush through the combo at the expense of my form, but I am gonna try to keep the pace up the way I have in the last couple of rounds, as opposed to what I did during round 1. Round 1, my pace was a little slow, I think. All right. Let's see if my legs have one more set of 250 in them. This is our final set of 250 with the jump rope. But my legs are feeling like jelly, so we'll see what happens. Just do your best. If you need a longer rest break, pause the video, come back when you're ready. Let's start on our 4th and final round. I really don't feel like I can get my feet up and over this jump rope for even like 2 reps. All right, one more deep breath. Here we go. We are just hitting the 1 hour mark right now. to do is 25 more sets of our combo. Start whenever you're ready. Remember, go at your own pace. So if you're stronger than I am, if your stamina is better than I am and you don't need this long rest break, you don't have to take it. I just feel like I do want to keep these sets moving at a decent pace. So in order to do that, I just want to give myself an extra minute to allow my heart rate to come down, work on normalizing my breathing, and feel like I've regained a little bit of strength. I've been resting for just about 2 minutes now, so I don't want to rest too long. If you need a longer rest break, you can always pause the video. Once you feel that you have regained enough strength and you have enough stamina to start these final 25 sets of the combo, come back, and here we go. 20. Just 5 more. Let's push. This is our final 5 sets of the combo. We got this. Is that 22 or 23? I'll say 22. 3 more. Call that 23. 2 more. Last one. Good morning. Squat, forward fold. Inchworm out. Push up. Knee to elbow. Knee to elbow. Inchworm back. Forward fold. Flat back. Prisoner squat. Good morning. Hinge to stand, and that's 25. So that took me a total of 14 minutes and 32 seconds. An hour and 14 minutes and 32 seconds. We are not quite finished yet. No workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee. So we have just 1 rep left to go. But first, whenever I do a workout that incorporates jump rope, in addition to my bonus burpee, I also like to do a bonus set of 100 with the jump rope. So the bonus set of 100 with the jump rope is completely optional, but the bonus burpee is mandatory. You must do your bonus burpee. The workout is not officially complete until you have done it. So if you don't want to join me for the bonus round of jump rope, that's fine. Just take another minute to breathe, allow your heart rate to come down a little bit, allow your breathing to normalize. You can cheer me on while I do my bonus set of 100 with the jump rope, and then we'll do our bonus burpee together. If you would like to join me for this bonus set of jump rope, any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. We're just counting 100 revolutions of the rope, and I know our legs are shaking. Just do your best. As soon as you're ready, here we go, 100 revolutions of the rope. So you'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is 100. So that's our little bonus set of jump rope. And now to go. Let's go ahead and do our bonus burpee together, and then the workout will be officially complete. So as soon as you're ready, I'm not ready, but this is our final rep of the day. So let's push. Here we go. All right, with that, the workout is now officially complete, so let's just do a quick little cool down together. You just want to keep moving while you allow your heart rate to come down a little bit, and while you allow your breathing to normalize, so you can pace around back and forth, maybe shake out the legs a little bit, shake out the arms. Let's do a quick shoulder stretch. Bring one arm across your body, use your other arm to pull it in close to your chest. Make sure your straight arm is completely relaxed. Make sure your shoulder is relaxed. If your shoulder is tense and hunched up by your ear, you're not going to be able to stretch it effectively, so relax the arm, relax the shoulder. Feel that nice stretch in your shoulder. Keep moving. You can see I'm just kind of shaking out my legs, pacing back and forth. You can even just shift your weight from foot to foot, but you want to keep moving and keep focusing on slowing down your breathing as well. Shake it out. Let's get the other shoulder. So bring the opposite arm across your body. Use your other arm to pull it in close to your chest. Straight arm is completely relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. Feel that nice stretch in your shoulder. Keep moving and keep focusing on slowing down your breathing. You do that by breathing all the way down to your belly button. So each time you inhale, I want you to really focus on your diaphragm being pulled down. Allow your rib cage to physically expand. And as you inhale, I want you to visualize filling up your entire torso with air. So breathe all the way down to your belly button, feel that diaphragm being pulled down, fill up your entire torso with air, and then use your diaphragm to slowly control the air as you exhale. Shake it out. Let's do a tricep stretch next. So bend one elbow, place your hand on the elbow, and gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Make sure that the fingers on your free hand are pointing straight down at the ground. So you want to avoid having your free hand hanging out up here somewhere by your shoulder. Point those fingers straight down at the ground as you gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Feel that really nice stretch in your triceps. Keep moving and keep focusing on slowing down your breathing. Shake it out. Let's get the other side. So bend your other elbow, place your hand on the elbow, gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Fingers on your free hand are pointing straight down at the ground. Feel that nice stretch in your triceps. Keep moving. So again, if your heart rate is still elevated, if you're still breathing really heavily, it might feel good to pace. I'm just kind of shaking my legs at this point, shifting my weight from foot to foot. Just keep moving and keep focusing on your breathing. And come out. We're going to finish with a quad stretch. So if you struggle with balance, you can hold on to the wall or some other strong, sturdy, stable, elevated surface for support. You're going to bend one knee, bring the foot behind you, reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with the hand that's on the same side if you're holding on to something for support. If you're not holding on to anything for support, you can reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands. Now you're going to press your heel into your booty cheek, and as you're doing that, I want you to tilt your pelvis forward. Think about tucking your booty underneath you, trying to touch your spine with your belly button. As soon as you combine both of those two elements, you should feel that stretch intensifying your quad muscles as you isolate them more effectively, but I also want you to feel the stretch extend all the way up to your hip flexors. So let's take one more nice deep breath here, inhaling all the way down to your belly button. Slow, controlled exhale, use your diaphragm. Shake it out. Let's get the other leg. So bending the opposite knee. Reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with the hand that's on the same side if you're holding on to something for support. And again, if you're not holding on to anything for support, you can reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands. Press your heel into your booty cheek. And as you're doing that, you're going to tilt your pelvis forward. Tuck the booty underneath you. Suck that belly button all the way back to your spine. Make sure that you're doing both of those things simultaneously. So as you're tilting your pelvis forward, make sure you're continuing to press your heel into your booty cheek. As you are pressing your heel into your booty cheek, make sure you're continuing to tilt your pelvis forward. Feel that stretch intensify in your quad muscles. Feel that stretch extend all the way up to your hip flexors. One more nice deep breath here, inhaling all the way down to your belly button. Use your diaphragm to control the exhale and come out. And one last time, shake out the legs, shake out the wrists, shake out the arms, swing the arms a little bit, and that's it. That's our little cool down. So if you find that you're still breathing heavily and your heart rate is still elevated, just take a few more minutes to pace around. You can do a little more light stretching. That's never a bad idea. Just remember that this little bit of light stretching that we do during the cool down does not take the place of a proper stretching routine. It's still really important to make sure that you're taking a good 15 or 20 minutes every single day to stretch, because it's going to go a long way towards helping to alleviate any muscle soreness you might be experiencing the day after the workout. It's also going to help reduce your risk of injury moving forward, which is really important to help you stay consistent with your workouts. And of course, it's going to improve your flexibility, which is an often overlooked and undervalued aspect of your overall fitness level. So please make sure that you're taking the time to stretch every day. Just please make sure that you're doing so safely. So if you have time to do your stretching right now, immediately after the workout is always going to be the most efficient and the most effective time to get your stretching done, because your muscles are already nice and warm. But it's fine if you want to put off your stretching until later on in the day. It doesn't matter what time of day you do your stretching, just as long as you get it done. Although I will say that if ever there was a day you're going to skip your stretching, today would be the day. We got an awful lot of stretching done during the course of that workout. Your hamstrings should be nice and loose. But generally speaking, you want to make sure that you're taking a good 15 or 20 minutes every single day to stretch. So if you don't have time to do it now, that's fine. You can put off your stretching until later on in the day. Just remember that if you do that, your muscles will have gotten cold again. So you'll need to take a few minutes to warm them back up before jumping into your stretching routine. You never want to start stretching with cold muscles, because your muscles need to be warm in order for them to be pliable so that you can stretch them safely and effectively. But that's it, that's our little cool down. So now it is Mobility Monday. That means that I found another mobility challenge for us to try. I think I found this one on YouTube. So let me go grab my phone. We'll watch the YouTube short a few times together so that we understand what it is that we're about to attempt. All right, so I am watching the YouTube short right now. Let me show you what I'm looking at. We'll watch it a few times together so that we understand the movement. Pistol squat, full mobility challenge. So she had this broken up into a couple of different shorts, and so this is the short that kind of puts it all together. That's why it says full mobility challenge. So heel stays flat. Let's watch it again. So she's starting in kind of like a one leg deadlift kind of position. So she has one leg extended out behind her, and then she's coming into a pistol squat, reversing the movement. So let's watch it again. Here you can see her standing leg is kind of perpendicular to the ground, and she has the other leg extended straight out behind her, and she has her palms flat on the mat to start. Let's watch it again. So look at the starting position. Okay, so now from here, she's bending that back leg and bringing the knee through. Now, it's going to be kind of difficult to not kind of scrape my foot along the mat right there. So I think that's part of the challenge. Let's watch it again. So bend the knee comes through. Now watch, see how her foot never touches the mat. And then she's extending that leg straight out. So now she's in a pistol squat, holding on to her foot, and then she lets go of the foot and leaves her leg extended. Let's watch it one last time. So leg comes through, extend the leg straight, reach the foot, pistol squat, hold here. Now she's letting go with her hands and holding her hands in a prayer pose in front of her, keeping that leg extended straight, and then she's reversing the movement. One more time. Bring the leg through, extend the leg straight, hold on to the foot, pistol squat. Now let go, hands in prayer pose. Pause here, and now reverse the movement. Hands down, foot comes back through, straighten the standing leg, extend the other leg straight out behind you, and return to the starting position. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this one or not. That is a really tricky transition. So let's take off the shoes and socks, and then we'll give this a shot and see what happens. All right, so here we go. I'm going to start with my stronger leg as my standing leg. So tuck the shoulder blades into the back pockets. Shoulders are back and down, chest is lifted high. Tighten up those abs. Pick up the other foot, and now you're going to hinge at the hips for a kind of a one leg deadlift. So extend this leg out behind you, and you want your standing leg more or less perpendicular to the ground. This is our starting position. So now we're going to take this back leg, we're going to bend the knee and bring the leg through. Oh, I did it. I'm trying not to allow my foot to tap the mat as I do that. We're not finished yet though. All right, so now we have to reach forward, grab a hold of the foot, hold here. Now we're going to let go of the foot and bring the hands together in a prayer pose. Keep that leg extended out in front of you. And now hands down, and we're going to reverse the movement. Bring that leg behind. And now let's see, she didn't stand, but let's add this. Let's see if we can hinge at the hips to stand. Bring that knee up and bring the hands together in a prayer pose. So I'm definitely counting that as a win. That last bit was kind of ugly, but she didn't include that in her mobility challenge, so that was just gravy. As far as what she did, I did it. I was successful and mine went much more smoothly and was easier than I thought it was going to be. And I think it's because of that workout. I think it helps that my hamstrings were nice and stretched. The backs of my legs were nice and loose. And I think it enabled me to increase my range of motion and make that transition easier than I thought I was going to be able to do it. So that is a success. I did it. I'm pleasantly surprised. I really didn't know if I was going to be able to do that. Do you guys understand what I'm saying when I talk about this? I didn't think I would have enough space. I thought that when I did this, my foot would tap down, or I just wouldn't be able to clear it and I would drag my foot. And I didn't want my foot to ever touch the mat. I think that's part of the challenge. So that's what I'm talking about. And I was able to do that successfully. So I was able to successfully complete this challenge on the first try. So I'm happy about that. If you were not successful though, don't worry about it. Remember, Warp 12 rules, you get 3 chances. So we're going to do it twice more. Even if you were successful, let's do it a couple more times anyway, in solidarity with those of us who have not gotten it yet. And also just so that you can continue to work on cleaning it up. I may or may not keep that last bit because it was tougher than I thought it was going to be and it looked kind of sloppy. But you guys know that every Monday after I do my Monday workout and then I do the mobility challenge, I continue working on this mobility challenge so that I can get it looking as clean as I can, because I like to share my own reel on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram at BugSusan and look for that tomorrow, because I'm going to make my own reel to share on Instagram tomorrow. I'll also share it as a YouTube short. So if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button and look for that tomorrow. I will be sharing this as a YouTube short, and also I'll share it as a reel on my Instagram. So if you have not gotten it, you get 2 more chances. But if you did get it on the first try, let's do it a couple more times anyway so that we can continue to work on cleaning it up and see if we can make it flow a little better. So when you're ready, here we go. Attempt number 2. So pick up one foot, make sure your shoulder blades are tucked into your back pockets, shoulders are back and down, chest is lifted high, abs are tight. And now, you're going to hinge at the hips. Your standing leg is more or less perpendicular to the ground. Extend that back leg behind you. Now bend the knee. Bring the leg through, extend the leg out in front of you. Grab a hold of the bottom of your foot and hold. Now let go of your foot, keep the leg elevated, prayer pose. And now hands down, and we're going to reverse the movement. So bending the knee, extend that leg behind you. And now hinge at the hips to stand. Drive that knee up, hands to heart and hold. And that's it, we did it. So that one was already much cleaner for me. I'm very happy with that. The last part even looked nice and clean. It felt like it was under control. So I'm good with that. You can see how even just doing it twice, I was able to improve so much, make it flow so much better, make it look nicer. So hopefully Even if you didn't get it on that second attempt, hopefully it was at least closer. Hopefully it was cleaner, and hopefully you're starting to kind of get it in your body right now. So shake out the legs, shake out the arms, take a couple of deep breaths. Let's do it just one more time. So if you were not successful with your second attempt, you get one more chance. But even if this third attempt is not successful, I encourage you to keep working on it, especially if you are noticing progress, because when you have one of these challenges that is a struggle and it takes you a few attempts to get it right, when you finally are able to successfully complete the challenge, it's so satisfying and it's such a sense of accomplishment. It feels really good. So we're going to do it once more, regardless of whether or not you have already successfully completed the challenge. So if you were not successful, let's try it once more. Hopefully you can get it this time, but if you're not successful this time, I encourage you to keep working on it. And if you have already successfully completed the challenge, again, I encourage you to keep working on it. Share your own reel, and if you do, tag me at BuckSusan, because I would love to see your successful mobility challenge. All right, so let's go ahead. Attempt number 3, when you're ready. Tuck your shoulder blades into the back pocket. Shoulders are back and down, chest is lifted high, abs are tight. Stronger leg is your standing leg. Pick up the opposite foot. You're going to extend this leg behind you. So hinge at the hips, hands come down, extend the back leg behind you. Your standing leg is more or less perpendicular to the ground. Now you're going to bend the back knee and bring the leg through. Don't let that foot tap the mat. Extend the leg straight out in front of you. Reach forward and grab a hold of your foot. Pause here. Now let go of your foot. Bring your hands to your heart, prayer pose. And now hands down, we're going to reverse the movement. So bending that knee, bring the foot through, extend the leg behind you. Remember not to let your foot tap the mat while you're making that transition. And now we're going to hinge at the hips to stand. Drive that knee up, hands to heart and hold. And that's it. We did it. So that is another successful Monday Mobility Challenge in the books for me. Let me know if you were successful or not. Let me know how many attempts it took you. And if you did this workout with me today, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to everyone who has been working out with me lately. And even if you're not doing the workouts with me, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. It truly does mean the world to me. Thank you so much to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And of course, a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate you all so very much. One final reminder that if anything was unclear about the format of today's workout and how it all fits together, if you have any questions about how you can modify the format of the workout to accommodate your time constraints or your fitness level or your access to equipment, if you have any questions about the exercises that we were doing today, if you have any doubts at all about how to do the exercises with the correct form, or if you need any further help with equipment-free substitutions or beginner modifications beyond what I have already provided, I am always here to help, so please ask questions if you have them. That is going to do it for today, but before I say goodbye, I just have to say one final thank you to those of you who have been watching the videos all the way until the end and commenting with the secret code phrase of the day. So before I say goodbye, I will give you today's secret code phrase of the day. It's not actually a phrase, it's a word. So I guess it's the secret word of the day today. So the secret word of the day today is unite. So I don't really know if there's a correct spelling of that word. You just need to spell it in a way that reflects that pronunciation. So not unity, not U-N-I-T-Y, but unite. So you come up with a spelling that reflects that pronunciation of the word, and that is today's secret code phrase of the day, which is really just a secret word of the day today. So if you are still watching this very, very long video, hello. Thank you for watching all the way until the end. Please let me know that someone is still watching by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says Unite. That is going to do it for today. I will see you all next time. Bye.